Alright, so this is a tutorial on the finger piercing, beginning to end. I speed up the video because it is kind of long. I don't want to waste your time. I know you want to surf the internet and look at randomness or learn more about piercings. I'll teach you behind the scenes. Alright, so this is like very extreme piercing. I do not recommend you to do this without a piercing license or having experienced piercings for at least a couple of years. This is one of those freestyling piercings, so there's no clamps involved. It is kind of one of those ones that can bleed for a long period of time, so you want to be very cautious. Also have your Q-tips on the side. I'm using a 14 gauge needle with a 16 gauge barbell, curved barbell. She used the points. I recommend her not to because the piercing can get caught onto things. I also recommend her not to get this piercing just because that the skin has a very high chance of rejection, and because the finger is constantly moving, it's very hard to keep this piercing in for long periods of time. I'm talking about maybe a year or two. However, you have to be very cautious with your movements. So if you are a person who is trying to get a piercing and you have not experienced any extreme piercings, do not get this for your first one. This is for people who definitely know what they are doing. Is for a certain type of person. Not to say you have to be this type of person, but you have to know what you're doing. That's what I would say. You want to know what you're doing. You have to be careful what you're doing. I went and tell a UFC fighter to get piercings on their fingers. So be careful what type of job you're doing. What type of job field you're in. You don't want to be in one of those very active job fields where you could damage your finger. Other than that, alright, so watch this. This was kind of difficult. The skin right there is very, very thin, so you have to be very precise. Also, you want to make sure you get a good enough skin so that the ring won't just automatically have thin skin in there. Ring just falls out. So I had to put a lot of pressure on this. A lot of pressure that I normally don't want to do, because you want to make sure that your piercings nicely slide through so it's not so painful for the client. However, this piercing, this one was very difficult. Very difficult. From 1 to 10, it's an 11. So once again, I'm using a 14 gauge. I'm using a 16 gauge curved barbell. As you can tell, I'm using the Q-tips to clean up, stop the bleeding. The fingers are bleeders. If you pierce your fingers, you're going to bleed. But then again, everyone's different. Because I met some Wolverines out there who can take some good piercings and don't bleed. But as we can tell, you're still watching. It looks beautiful from the angle of the camera. The top one does look tilted, however, it's not. You'll see at the end when I straighten it out. The lady loved the piercing. She said that immediately after the piercing was done, that there was no pain. So that was nice to know. She got 2 more piercings after that. I didn't record because they're very popular piercings. However, I recorded this one because this is one of those unique piercings. I probably done 5 of them my whole piercing career, and that's 15 years. So I zoomed in. Yeah, I like this. Alright, so if you're looking to get piercings, tattoos, definitely come to Boston Ink. I take pride in what I do, and thank you for watching and tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Alright, I'm out.